Well, guys, I'd like to thank Eddie for having me out today. My name is Jibril Sulaiman. I'm the president of PayCell Systems. I know a lot of you guys in here are already back from the cell phone business, and he asked me to come out to talk about a little bit about the fact that I'm starting a new tech company / mobile app that's going to help the cosmetology or barbering industry specifically. But I've known a lot of you guys already from the cell phone business, and yes, Eddie, he's one of the guys that actually helped get me started in the cell phone business, I think back when I was like 20 years old. And he was in Cellular South, and I had my little shop, and he kind of took me under his wing, along with him and a few other guys, and just showed me the ropes, and I made a lot of mistakes, and so that's why I'm here specifically to talk about is really, you guys, as you grow, as you become barbers, as you learn your trade, a lot of you guys are already barbers, you're just out there, you have to get that piece of paper to say that officially you're barbers, officially you can bring in money as barbers. Well, you're business people as well, and so I think that's what Eddie brought me out, is because the fact that, hey, for 14 years I've been a business person, and hopefully I can give you guys just some tips and advice, One of the first things, of course, when you go in with any type of business, you have to market that business. So just by show of hands, how many of you guys already have Twitter accounts? Okay, a few of you guys. Facebook accounts and Instagram accounts. I name all of those because those are tools that you need to use. Back when there was no Instagram, when there was no Facebook, back when there was just MySpace, unfortunately with MySpace you really couldn't market yourself the way you can now with Facebook, with Instagram, with Twitter. So I was marketing my business with flyers out at the club when everybody was coming out drunk. Some people were coming out drunk, some people were just leaving or catching the let out. I was passing out flyers, we were putting flyers on people's cars and so forth, and that's how I marketed my business at the time. My wireless store. Since then, since we have technology now, I want to emphasize the fact that we have to grasp technology, we have to use it. So as you guys build into your trade, which is barbering, you want to be able to use that technology to just advance and market yourselves and to get the customers and to keep the customers that you have. So in order to do that, set up an Instagram account. Set up a Twitter account, set up a Facebook account. Those are ways, if you've seen Carlos, if you follow Carlos or a lot of other barbers, they take pictures, they take pictures of the haircuts that they've done, they post them on social media. Hopefully you may not be able to pull new clients in all the time, but if you're constantly promoting yourself, constantly posting pictures of your haircuts online, then that's one of the things that you wanted to be able to do to be able to at least bring in potentially some new clients. Another thing that I use as far as with technology that I've used to promote my old wireless store, which was called the Cell Phone Place, I use Facebook. Of course, you can post on your personal page, but you can also set up a fan page as well. So with the fan page, it's a little different than a personal page because you get people to like your page. But every single one of you guys needs to have a fan page that's showing your work, even right now, because you're building your resumes right now, and you're using technology to kind of document everything that you've been doing, all of the pictures, all of the haircuts that you've done, and so forth. So one of the things I hope that every one of you guys, if you have Facebook, if you don't have Facebook, and some people will say, hey, I don't like Facebook, or I don't really get into it. You may not have one friend on Facebook, that's fine, on that personal page, but you want to have a fan page that has 1,000 likes, 2,000 likes, 3,000 likes, because all of that is adding to your clientele. You're exposing everybody who may not have known about you to the fact that you cut hair now. So that's some of the things that, I say that embracing technology is going to allow you to grow in your businesses and all. So I do want to touch on that, just to segue into segue into technology and into what I'm doing specifically, I'm working on an app. It's called CUTT.RS, or this is the website, CUTT.RS. And that's the website, so it's not a .com, it's .RS basically. With CUTT.RS, what we're doing is we're trying to help the barber industry, but really the whole cosmetology industry by creating a platform that allow you guys to provide a scheduling system to your clients. So one of the personal things that I've done when trying to get in touch with a barber or my barber is, hey, I'll pick up the phone or I text them, hey, how many heads do you have in front of you? You know, how busy are you? Can you fit me in today? Well, I don't like doing that, and there's a lot of people out there that don't like doing it as well. So what I would normally do in my situation here, if I need to schedule an appointment or if I have a client that needs to talk to me, I actually send them out a link, a URL that goes to my calendar. We got the calendar here. And then that person basically goes to that link and says, oh, okay, he has a 10 o'clock open. I'm gonna schedule an appointment for that 10 o'clock. So I'm gonna book that 10 o'clock appointment. And that's what we're doing with CUTT.RS. But you guys, I've already talked to a lot of barbers before. You don't want people scheduling that 10 o'clock appointment and they not show up. So the only way that you can 100% ensure that they show up or that you're insured by that 10 o'clock appointment being booked is by charging them. Whether you're gonna charge them $15, $20, $25, $100, or whatever it is that it costs for that appointment, you wanna be able to do that. So that's what we're doing with CUTT.RS, is we're creating a system. Some people have used StyleSeat already. There's another one out there that Carlos just told me about. It's called Vago. But we're creating a simple solution with a simple app. So if someone texts you, if someone calls you, then as soon as you get off the phone, that app will be able to access either your text log or your call log, and you can, with 1 or 2 clicks, you'll be able to send that link off to that person, and you can tell them, hey, if you need to go ahead and schedule an appointment with me, go and use this service, go to my CUTT.RS URL, and you'll be able to book that appointment and you'll be able to pay for it in advance. Why would you want to do that? And that's the question that that's been asked of me already from several barbers. Well, one thing is that it helps organize things. That's the first thing. The second thing is it documents your money. A lot of barbers that I've talked to, they don't like doing that. Either they're on child support or they have tax problems. They have all these different issues of reasons why they only want to accept cash and not accept credit cards or accept payments electronically in the first place. The fact of the matter is, we're in 2015. I've not gone to barbers anymore because they don't accept credit cards. I mean, that's the fact of the matter, and especially if you're in a military town also, these guys, they're getting paid directly to their bank accounts. So they're using credit cards, and that's how they usually pay, unless, you know, they're running to an ATM for whatever reason. But they are usually using electronic means to make payments for bills and everything else, and you should be able to accept that also. So there are guys that are already out there that are using Square, of course. You have Intuit Payments also. You have a couple different companies where you actually have the slider, the swipe that plugs into your phone and so forth. But this is what we're building out, that is going to eliminate the Square, that little device, for a lot of your clients, and it's going to be able to help organize you. Also, those clients that come in 1 week after week religiously, or every 2 weeks religiously to get their haircut, you'll be able to set up auto recurring billing with them. So now they're just automatically charging their card. So you're getting their money ahead of time, week after week after week after week. And so, you know, that's some of the things that we're doing with the CUTT.RS system. So I just wanted to touch on that just a little bit. Yeah, you got a question?
Yeah, with that system you're talking about, is it going to be a fee for setting it up? If it's not, then I use the Square already. Mm-hmm. So I got my money set up to where if someone swipes the card, it's generated on a weekly basis by their check and it comes to me. Mm-hmm. It'll sort of be the same thing, right?
It'll sort of be the same thing, yeah. It's just solving the problem also. that's for that person that you've already set up, and you've had to manually say, okay, come in at this time, be here at this time. You may have had to write it down, or however you kind of schedule those people now. Yes, you're able to capture that person with that physical card and swipe it. And this system here is just going to allow for that organization, because it's going to add that scheduling component into it. You know, and so it's going to allow you to manage the schedule of people that you have that are paying electronically. You can, one of the things that we're going to build into the app is for you to have on your end, yes, you're still going to be able to schedule those people that may pay cash, because you still need a way to organize everything. You know, and there are certain websites out there, there's certain apps out there that may do it for you. We're just trying to create a new solution on it with a different spin that may be a little bit more simple. You have some companies out there that offer this splash page, so you get your own Facebook page within that site and stuff like that, where you have pictures and stuff like that of the haircuts and all. That's nice, and that could be something we might build in one day. But basically, that calendar, that's the most important part there, because you need to be able to have your clients to know when you are available without them calling you, and just to go ahead and book that appointment.
What would be the fee you have to pay for using that service?
Within what we're building in is just a transaction fee-based service. So just like if you, with Square, if you swipe a card, you know, they're gonna charge 2.9%, so it'd be something similar to that. Most barbers, what they do is they overtax. They charge $2 when it's 2.9%, and I can do the math in my head and say, hold on, it's $2. That's 2.9% of $15 is not $2. But that's fine. That's one of the things that a lot of barbers don't get, the fact that people they'll pay a premium if they got to use a card, because they don't want to go anywhere else. If they run to the ATM machine, they're going to pay $1.50, $2, $2.25 anyway to the ATM machine.
Convenience fee.
Yeah. So, and that's what I do with my current company, Pay Sales Systems. We specialize in moving transactions kind of like this, but we charge convenience fees directly to the user. In this case, that wouldn't be that.
The thing that you've got built into this that's so important is they're getting the money up front. I wish I could tell you the amount of money that I have lost on no-shows.
Right.
That guy wants to come in at 10 o'clock on Thursday. Well, 10 o'clock on Thursday is not a hard appointment to fill, but okay, you put him in there. You turn down 3 guys who are gonna pay you $10 a piece, and he don't show up, you've just lost $40.
Right.
By getting the money up front, which you can't do if you're talking to them on the telephone, you got your money if you don't show up, okay.
And that's one of the things that when I'm getting my hair cut, I've had barbers that may answer the phone 3 or 4 times, because and they're cutting my hair in the process of setting appointments on the phone or checking text messages, because people are texting in and things like that. So having some type of system, using technology to make what you're doing, the service you provide, your business more efficient, that's what you guys want to be able to do. And so I emphasized again, a lot of people are apprehensive about using technology, using Square, using any other ways to collect payments and so forth. But you guys got to think about the fact that you're going to want to get a car one day. You're going to want to get a house one day. You're going to get a loan or credit for something one day that you have to show proof of your income. And to be able to go into this system and press a couple buttons, and now you've generated how much, at least electronic revenue, that you've grabbed through this system. That's what you want to be able to have to show proof to a loan officer or whoever. So that's just some of the things that I really wanted to touch on there. It's that fact that you want to use technology for branding your business. You want to use technology for marketing your business. So if you don't have an Instagram today, go set up an Instagram. There's those 3 major ones out there: Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. If you don't use Twitter, but you use Facebook, if you go to facebook.com, /Twitter. If you already logged into Twitter and then you go to that URL, that'll actually allow you to link your Facebook directly to your Twitter account. So every time you post something to Facebook public, it'll tweet it for you as well through Twitter. So if you're posting if you're loading that picture in for the haircut, it'll automatically post it directly to Twitter. Well, for Instagram, for IG, you can link it to, of course, your Facebook. If you're logged in through your app and you post a picture, it goes to Facebook. And then guess what? It goes to Twitter. So now you're only using maybe one social media element to promote yourself, but in this case here, you can link it all together where, you know, technology is working for you as far as being able to, for you to highlight your work that you're doing. So, yeah, if you have any questions, just chime in.
So I only have Facebook. So if you were to post something on Twitter and you have it all linked together, I know like if you have that like from your Instagram to your Facebook, Facebook to Twitter, does it work the other way around? Like if you put something on Twitter, it'll show on Facebook?
Yeah, you can link it like that. I used to have my account set up like that, but honestly, I just don't use Twitter enough. So yes, you can't post it. Instagram from Facebook or Twitter, they don't have it set up like that. They won't let you do it. So you have to do it in this order, or if you don't use Facebook at all, just use it and do it in that order there. And if you don't use Instagram, just use the Facebook and Twitter integration, and that's it. But yeah, it allows you to do it the other way as well. That's just, being in Pensacola, I've noticed that a lot of people don't use Twitter as much. It's like when I went to Atlanta 2 weeks ago, I was using Twitter because they hashtag and people can get together, and there's a lot more stuff that can be done through Twitter in a bigger city. But in the smaller cities, Facebook is going to be the way to go, and then just have it automatically tweet to your Twitter account. And that way, when people, you'll get followers just because of, when people are searching on Twitter and they say, oh, this haircut or whatever came up or whatever, and now they're following you because you got all these pictures of these dope haircuts on your Twitter account, but you don't ever touch it. You don't ever touch your Twitter. And there's technology allow you to do that. So that's just part of the promotional element of it and mixing that in there. Go ahead.
For the payment, other than credit card setup, is it Apple Pay, Google Pay, PayPal built into it, so you can pay with that? Because a lot of people like using credit cards. They like using
A lot of people don't like using their credit cards, and so that's what we're building in. The system isn't done yet, and so when Eddie asked me to come, and he saw me promoting it, because that's what I do. I have my own fan page. It's facebook.com, Mr. Jibril Sulaiman. That's my fan page that I post to, and then my business-related stuff, and then usually my personal, I have it just super locked down, so you can't even search it. You can't even pull it up on Google or anything. So when he saw that I was pushing something that was meant for the barber industry. So I'm flying out to San Francisco to Silicon Valley. So somebody that knows much more than I do has made a lot more money than I have in technology, so they can help finish building this out. So this is something that we should have set up in the next 3 or 4 months. But just from a business person, from someone that's been here in Pensacola running a business, literally at the flea market, making $100 a day, $1,000 a month, to now having a company that's processing hundreds of thousands of dollars a month in payments and things like that. I just wanted to give you some of the things that would have helped me along if I had known about it at the time, And it just takes time to do that, and I just want to give y'all guys an advanced step in being able to push your own businesses. Because you're going to be at the point one day, you're going to be at a barbershop, and you're going to try to figure out, okay, if I leave now and all these people are coming to this barbershop, how many of these actual people do I have on my client list through text messaging or however way you document that stuff? If I move, how do I move these people with me? All these people are they all cold calls? Are they all, cold walk-ins? Or are they people that are text messaging me, calling me? Do they really have my number? So if you move and you are your business and you're going somewhere else to another barber shop or you're setting up your own shop, you just want to ensure that you can have all those clients come with you as well.
So it's geared to the individual barber, not the...
It's geared to the individual barber. It's not geared towards the shop. You could easily set up a shop page and have all these different barbers in it, but ultimately you have to think about the fact that you're your own business. You're renting that chair. No matter how much that barber or whoever it is going to make you feel like family, ultimately you're still renting that chair. You know, I know they have different barber arrangements, so you don't have to rent the chair, right? But just ultimately you are your own business, and so you want to be able to use this in a way to be able to prove your income, organize yourself, use Facebook and Twitter to be able to effectively promote yourself, and just add all those elements together so you'll be able to make the amount of money that you need to make as a barber and to be able to maximize that income. So, you know, being in Pensacola, we don't have these $100 haircuts, we don't have $50 haircuts, things like that. But using technology, there's no reason why you couldn't be that barber that's making $75,000, $100,000 a year, as long as you're effectively using these tools in place to really work your job, you know, to work your business. So that was the whole point of Eddie asking me to come down. And if you guys have any other questions here, you know, you can ask them, or if you ever want to pull me to the side, you can do that as well. And
business card?
yeah, I do have some business cards. I'm at that dude Jibril on Twitter, that dude Jibril there. So if you ever want to contact me as well, and I do have a few business cards to hand out also. So I thank you guys and Eddie for inviting me out, and definitely you guys good luck on your businesses and all.
Anybody got any questions? I'd like to